Welcome, citizens. This is Mozsta 69, and welcome to the inaugural Star Citizen Expo Awards. Oh, yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the inaugural Mozsta 69 Star Citizen Expo Awards. Now, before I get into my critiques and the positive and negative comments I have about the different manufacturers in the expo, I want to start off and say thank you, SIG. The expo in-game event was an amazing experience. I couldn't wait every day to meet up with my friends and go in and look at all the ships and sit in the cockpits and walk around and then rent them and fly them afterwards as well. So the critique that I'm about to unleash is not from the perspective of a gamer playing Star Citizen, but it's kind of like a role-playing thing. I'm going to pretend I'm a person that lives in the verse and attends these expos every day, and I'm just going to give my honest feedback in regards to that. So anything negative has actually got nothing to do with the fact that SIG did an amazing job. My critiques and stuff will, that doesn't take into consideration the workload, what assets that these guys have already, got prepared or not prepared, and all that hoo-ha, right? So just doing this for fun because I actually love the event, and I hope that they kind of keep growing the expo if they have the manpower to do so. So let's kick things off with the first manufacturer. Let me refer to my notes, and that was Anvil Aerospace. Now, Anvil had a very strong expo. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Maybe before I get into it, what am I judging an expo for, right? Like, I go to expos in real life. What is my expectations when you go to an expo? First of all is seeing new things, whether they've just been released or will be released. So that would be a big tick. Another thing would be a variety of things. You go to an expo to see a variety of things, so that's another tick. And the third thing would be atmosphere, right? But it's hard to judge the atmosphere in a game, so I'm kind of resting more on decoration for judging parameters, right? So they're the big three sort of things that I'll be judging on. So Anvil Aerospace, guys, obviously the centerpiece when you get into the expo was the Valkyrie. Oh no, it wasn't actually. It was the Anvil Arrow right in the front. So that was exciting. A new announcement, a new light fighter to go against the Aegis Gladius. The Anvil Arrow just released. No one knew anything about it. We're all surprised. So that was an amazing experience to walk in there and go, oh my god, what the hell is this thing? It's a beautifully designed, very slick looking light fighter, which actually looks like an arrowhead. So that was a big tick. Then behind it we had the Valkyrie as well, which is a pretty new ship, and it's a fan favorite from what I can tell, and a dedicated dropship with its front turret, which is this much off the ground. But anyway, that's another discussion. So the Valkyrie was there as well, which was amazing. I love the Valkyrie. It looks awesome. I'm not going to buy one because I'm not a dropship guy, but I just think they look amazing. It kind of reminds me of the Aliens dropship. And the fact that you can open up the sides and spray out the sides is that's just so much fun. That the gameplay is going to be awesome. So I'm sure dropship fans will be losing their poop with the Valkyrie. So that was another new one. But no, there was more. There was more with the Anvil Aerospace Expo. In the corner was a ship that everybody wants, and that's the F8. Oh yeah, the F8. So it was awesome. It was an honor to be able to just walk around this thing and lay my eyes and hands upon this beast of a fighter. So yes, those three things were awesome. Obviously the Terrapin was there as well. You could go inside and have a look, which was awesome. And another intriguing ship for me was the Hawk, which is Boba Fett's kind of ship, right? You could actually kill someone or capture someone and put them in the back as a prisoner. So it's a bounty hunter ship, and that's pretty innovative. So all in all, guys, Anvil Aerospace, I give them an A. Next day was RSI. I was underwhelmed by RSI, I have to say. You know, we took the children to the expo, and they were bored after a while, right? They were nagging, "Daddy, Daddy, can we go home?" You know, and for them to beg us to go home through you know the pollution of Hurston back to our habs, you know, they were bored. I was bored too. So besides the Phoenix, I mean, the Phoenix is a brilliant ship. I mean, the interior of the Phoenix is amazing, but the fact that the exterior, I don't like the Andromeda and stuff. I just don't like the shape of that ship. I think it's an ugly design. So yeah, you know, the Phoenix, okay, that was the highlight of the RSI Expo. The decoration wasn't anything that blew me away. The variety was very limited. So a little bit disappointed with RSI. I give them a C minus. Next up was the sexy and sensual Origin Jump Works. Oh yeah, and front and center in front of us, between all the old 300 designs, was the new 300i, new 300 series design. Looks sexy, looks sleek, looks amazing, and applies to all the 300 series ships. So that was something new. That was something exciting to look forward to. So that was pretty awesome. In the back, we had the 600i, which everyone's pretty familiar with, but nonetheless, still a very beautiful ship. Great for exploration and parties. No, the sexiness doesn't stop with those ships. It just keeps oozing everywhere in the Origin Jumpworks Expo. We had the X35, which was, I think it's like the equivalent of like a Ferrari. You know, it's for that rich executive or that rich, you know, bounty hunter or whatever, rich mining magnate dude, whatever. This X35 is going to turn some heads at any event, right? So again, it was awesome to walk around that and get into the cockpit and have a look at that as well. But really, the main gist of the Origin Jumpworks was the 300 series redesign. Still something new, and yeah, quite excited, but it didn't blow my mind. The variety wasn't as amazing as Anvil, so I give it a solid B. Then we had Aegis. That's right, Aegis. Oh my god. So you walk in to the expo, and what's there? The fucking Idris. It's right there, smack bang in front of your face. It was so big that I didn't even notice that there was a ship there. I thought none of the assets had loaded and I was staring into an empty hole. But no, there was an Idris in the back. Boom. For me, that was the highlight of the expo. Thank you very much, Aegis. I would have loved to have walked on board the ship and checked that out. But yeah, that would have really blown my mind. But nonetheless, it was amazing walking underneath to the side and just taking in the sheer scale of this ship. Amazing. So on the other floors we had the Avengers. Nothing really new there. We all know the Avengers. It was still nice to walk on, like check out the Warlock especially. We had the Retaliator, the Bomber. Those things looked deadly, and it was awesome to be able to go inside and check that out as well. Then we had the Vanguard, which is a dropship, like heavy fighter type thing. And this was the ship I was concerned about, that the Valkyrie might gazump. But after talking to my friend Aussie Bear, he convinced me that there's enough differentiation between the two. Whereas I think the Valkyrie is like an excellent dropship. I think the Vanguard is more of a heavy fighter escort with some dropship capabilities, and it hits like a Mack truck, the Vanguard. We had the Eclipse, which is the stealth aircraft where people are pretty familiar with the Eclipse as well. And then we had all the Aegis sabers as well, all three of them. The most intriguing one would be the Saber Raven, which again seemed to have like an updated style or a fresher design than the other sabers. And again, that was pretty intriguing to walk around as well. And of course, the Hammerhead, I think that's another fan favorite, was present at the expo. So seeing that in all its glory was an experience to behold. And you know, the Reclaimer, that's been around since whenever, but it's still so awe-inspiring walking around that thing, eh? Like, I'm not really a Reclaimer fan. I think it's ugly as poop. But when I see that thing land on a planet in front of me, wow. So yeah, Aegis, heaps of variety. The Idris was brand new and blew my mind. We got the Hammerhead, which is relatively newish. We got the Reclaimer, which is just awe-inspiring, and just the sheer variety really sort of showed me what Aegis's capability is. Like they do it all. Like heavy fighters, bombers. You got the Avenger, which strikes fear in anyone that bumps into one. You got the Sabers, which again, very formidable stealth ships. You've got the Eclipse, which is like a dedicated stealth ship, which has got a torpedo bigger than size whatever, size 8, size 9 torpedoes. And the Reclaimer, which is a salvaging ship. Just the sheer breadth of Aegis is you know, very impressive, and it was a very entertaining expo. So I give them an A+. Then we had MISC. MISC. One of my favorite manufacturers, in fact. I love the Freelancer and I love the Prospector. And I love their design, the design principles. I love MISC. But I was really disappointed with MISC, to be honest. I mean, we had the Starfarer, which is always awesome to go in and have a look at. So many nooks and crannies in the Starfarer, actually. I didn't realize it was so complicated inside. We had the Reliant Core, which is like UEE's attempt to copy Xi'an technology. So that was actually quite intriguing for me. I don't know if this is going to be a very popular ship or not, but yeah, it's. I almost think they need to just pimp it up and just have it as a single VIP, like short range transport ship, and paint it white, have like sexy like interior with like a leather lounge and TV, and just made for one person in the back, like a VIP, and yeah, just use it for that. We had the Prospector. We're all familiar with the Prospector, and the biggest disappointment for me, guys, was centerpiece was the Freelancer, but the normal Freelancer. I think this would have been a great opportunity for MISC to show off the Freelancer Max or another variant that we haven't seen, but I think they cocked it up. They missed out that opportunity. I was very disappointed to see just the normal Freelancer taking center place at the MISC Expo. So because of that, guys, I give MISC a average C+. Next up was Drake, a manufacturer that I'm kind of migrating my love from MISC over to Drake slowly, right? The decoration was amazing, so I'm going to give them a massive tick. The Drake red was embellished everywhere. It was popping, it was fresh, it made me excited, it was awesome. The stands were nice, so the aesthetics of the expo was the most beautiful out of all the manufacturers. We saw the Buccaneer there, we saw the Drake Herald, we saw the Cutlass, which you could go inside, you saw the Caterpillar, which is becoming, if not already is, my favorite ship of the game, being a logistics guy. But again, nothing new. Nothing really new. Apart from, wait for it, a Hello Kitty Dragonfly. That's right, a Hello Kitty Dragonfly. So that was pretty much the most exciting thing at the Drake Expo. I loved it. I loved it. We need more of that. We need the, what is it, custom, we need some custom paint shop place for everyone to take their Noxes and Dragonflies into and do custom, paints. I can't wait. Um, what could they have done to make it a little bit more exciting? Maybe, the cutlasses are just so popular and everyone knows about them. Maybe just even have a skin of the cutlass red. That would have been pretty cool. That would have boosted the score for Drake. Have a cutlass red, just maybe a dummy one with, you go inside and you see, like, I don't know, the ambulance bed and some medical stuff, just to tease us with a bit of that medical gameplay that I'm kind of hanging out for. That's just one small suggestion. But anyway, Drake, again, like Misk, nothing that blew my mind. I give it a C+. The next day was the alien and exotic ships. Very interesting. What is, like, as a human, you always want to see what the aliens are doing and stuff. So, obviously the Khatu Al, which is the Xi'an light fighter, was there. We had the Nox, which is a Xi'an racing grav bike, which is there. But centerpiece of the expo was the Vandal Glaive, which just looks amazing, right? The huge swords, if you want to call them that, on each wingtip. The threatening design of that ship is amazing and a very suitable centerpiece to the expo. So we had a blade as well, which was next to the glaive. It's a smaller version, but yeah, definitely the glaive was the highlight of the Alien and Exotic Expo. But nothing again that really blew my mind. But because it's Alien, all the kids and family love it, right? And seeing the in the Khatu Al, I mean the floating steps on, your path into the cockpit is amazing, right? Just floating steps. Who doesn't like floating steps? So I give the Alien and Exotic, despite its narrow focus, I give him a solid B. So the winner, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2948 Star Citizen Ship Expo is Aegis. Well done, Aegis. Well done. Everyone buy their ships.